Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Nikki here, and today is time to catch up on some prep for December daily. I'm a bit behind the times because I have been away. I had a beautiful week up the coast with my family, so now it's time to get making things real fast. So the first thing we're going to do in today's video is turn one of these cutlery pockets into something for my journal. So I have made this one already, covered it with paper, sprinkled on some pretty bits, and of course made a matching tag. And I'm going to show you how I did it. These are popping up everywhere in Australia at the moment, thanks to COVID and goodness knows what else, but they're very handy. They make really good quality pockets. They're nice and deep. If you make a nice long journal card, you've got plenty of room to write on the back if you want to keep your journaling private. So I grabbed a couple of these while I was up the coast and I thought, yep, we want to make some pockets. Now, here is my journal cover. Haven't even made my inserts yet, but we're going to get to that shortly. So I did have to trim these down a bit so that they would fit, and the tag will hang out the top a little bit, but I don't mind that. I like things hanging out all over the place. So this is how I did it. Now, the first thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to give this one a little bit of a trim because he is definitely too long. So what I might do is just trim this one and make it level with that little bit where it comes out. So we'll pop that one to the side. Now, just to save a little bit of time, I have done a little bit of prep work and I've grabbed some scraps that I thought I might use for this one. This was a leftover piece and it is slightly bigger than the width of my pocket, and I would have preferred if it was a little bit wider because I'm going to fold this over and glue it down. That way you don't have to worry about it lifting on the edges, and it makes a beautiful, nice, clean edge. So that's the first thing we're going to do is grab my glue stick. And I'm going to, it doesn't matter how perfectly you do it because honestly the majority of the sticking down will happen when you fold the edges over. But let's make a start. We'll pop that down on there. And just press that nicely down. There we go. Now, the first thing I want to do though, before I do anything, is I need to trim this off on a bit of an angle so it matches the actual shape there. And then what I'll do is just put a little bit more glue just right on this edge to make sure that sticks down. And I may have got a bit carried away with the glue there, so we'll just quickly give that a bit of a wipe so it doesn't stick down. Then I'm going to use this glue, which is much tougher and will literally stick down anything. And I'll just put a few dots along the edge so that I can fold it over to make it nice and neat. Now this one will, as I said, will be a little bit tough because it's not quite as long as I would have liked, but we're just going to make it work the best way we can. So we'll just fold that over, hold that down just for a minute. This glue does dry very quickly, so you don't have to hold for too long. And we'll do the same to the other side. Now it's torn a little bit there because, as I said, it's a little bit lean, but that's okay. I'll make it work. We'll just keep pressing it down. There we go. So that's now covered that, and I have decided, I got a parcel the other day and I think I want to put another little bit on it and wrap it round, and that will just help to seal this down a little bit better. So if we, actually what I might do is actually trim this so that it's sort of squarish at the bottom. And then, you see, that's better. Then we can wrap that around. And what I might do is just tear along the edge so that we have a rougher sort of edge. Pop that out of the way for the moment. Then we'll just apply plenty of glue to this piece here. And then we're going to stick that down over the top because I want to add a little bit of deco. That's why I thought if I have sort of a bit of a plainer base, it might just help for a little bit of contrast. So, okay. Pop that down there, get that square along the bottom, press that down and then fold it over. And that will just help really seal that edge, even though, in fairness, once I glue this down onto the page in my journal, I'll make sure I run a good dose of glue along the edge just to make sure it's stable. But this way, now, it's just nice and neat and tidy, and that's how I like things. Now, what else have I got ready for this one? Now, this was another piece from a little scrap, and I am going to pop that down in the corner. But before I do that, I managed to grab this gorgeous sticker book from Craft. It's actually one of last year's, but I managed to score it. It was only $5 for the whole book. And I want to pop some of the greenery down, but I want it to go sort of right up to the edge there. And then I'm going to grab this one as well. And I'm going to pop that sort of up there. There we go. And then I'm going to stick this down in the corner. Actually, I might even trim the tiniest bit extra off this, just so we don't hide all those leaves. We're going to put a little bit of glue on the back. Again, I'll just use my Tiger Grip because this is thicker paper, and honestly, it just does such a good job. So let's do that. There we go. And I think with this plain background, all these things just stand out a little bit better. So I like that. And then I have to add this divine koala. Have a look at this. How gorgeous is this? And I want this on there as well. So I think I might put that about there. There we go. That's the deco done. Now, of course, what I've just realised, if I had used my brain before I got glue heavy, I could have not glued down this part and just glued the edges, and I could have had a second pocket. Might have to do another one. I grabbed quite a few of these serviette things, but anyway, that's fine. Now, what we might do, I need another little scrap. Let's see, what have I got here? Actually, we might use this one. Yeah, why not? We'll use some green, because what I have to do is I just want to cover that bit in instead of having it raw looking. So what we're going to do is just glue a little bit of this down. Great way to use up all your scraps, especially little Christmas ones. And I'm going to glue that down in there. There we go. Probably don't really need it because most of this will be hidden by the journal card, but that's okay. I still like that just as a little bit of extra contrast. We've got that all down there. Now, I have this scrap here, and I decided I would make my journal card with this because oh, look at that. It's perfect. But what we have to do is work out roughly how long we want it. Let's have a look. I mean, it's all a bit ballpark here, but that's okay. I think about there. And then we will trim off our whoopsie-daisy edges to make it look like a tag. I could leave it as a rectangular journal card, but I do like that tag shape. Trim that off so that they're even. There we go. Oh, yes. Oh, do I want it a little bit shorter? No, actually, yes. That's a tiny bit too long, I think. But to make it easy, we're just going to trim it off down the bottom. Now, let's have a look. What shall I use? Oh, hang on. Oh, wait a minute. I've just had a thought. Let's have a look here. Now, these I've had in, I don't know where I got them from. I think I got them from the supermarket like 20 billion years ago, and I have never used it. But I think, seeing I'm going for a sort of a muted Australiana sort of theme in this journal, I'm sort of interested in these softer colours, a little bit, you know, because a lot of this sort of has... Oh, do we want that on there somewhere? Oh, that's a bit cute, isn't it? Oh, I think we might. Oh, look, why not? The more the merrier. I have made my journal cover plenty big enough so that it can be nice and chunky. Maybe wouldn't have the ribbon if you were trying to be conservative with your space because, well, you know, things like this add chunk, but I don't mind a bit of chunk. It's Christmas time, for crying out loud. We need to have some fun. There we go. And then what I think I'll do is use this one to make my little tab. So again, it brings the two pieces together and provides a little bit of cohesion. Not that really matters, honestly. Oh, let's see, we'll just fold that over. And then we will grab the stapler, try and center that as much as we can. And I'm just going to staple it down. Now, this is my little stapler. Just have you know, I have had this stapler since I was at school. And considering I am currently 56 years of age, I have had this stapler for a long time. And one thing I do with this, if I can get it to open, is you can only buy staples that are silver. But what I do with these, if I can get this, there's only a couple left. Is it, uh-oh, where's it gone? Oh, was that the last one? Oh no, there they are. What I do is I use a permanent marker, sometimes in gold, sometimes in rose gold, sometimes in copper. So depending on the style of journal I'm making, I actually put some colour on my staples. I don't worry about the sides because no one can see that. That's on the back. But that way I have gold staples to use in my little very old stapler. So there we go. I don't think I'll bother putting any deco on that because I want to make it slide in and out very easily. And I think I could trim just the tiniest bit more off that just so it doesn't overhang too much. Voila, there we go. And have a look, how easy was that? And you haven't had to waste your precious cardstock creating the actual envelope. These napkin things, I mean serviette things, seem to be everywhere at the moment. So why not turn them into pretty things for your journal? Not that you can really see them with all this mess I've got here, but there we go. So I've got one. I've kept this one baking themed because I am chief executive baker in our family. I bake all the Christmas goodies, so I'm sure that one will come in handy. And to go with the Australiana theme, I had to do one with this gorgeous koala. So there we go. A very quick, very easy project. You could whip up a ton of these. This would also be a fun thing to send to a crafty friend, maybe at Christmas time, and they can pop it into their Christmas journal. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that very quick little tutorial. If you haven't already subscribed, I would love it if you joined the family. I do paper crafting and paper planning videos. And if you did enjoy this, please hit the like button. It just helps other people discover my channel, and I would be very, very grateful. So until next time, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye for now.